Why do I have to face the same experience over and over again? I thought I healed something. Can't I just move on? Isn't life linear? Hello, my dear ones. This is today's theme. My name is Doris Victoria. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, please like, please subscribe, share my videos with those that would be interested in hearing what I have to say. So as I said, today's video is about the spiral of life. And I want to talk about the emotional experiences because the spiral is an ever-recurring form in life. You know that it's astronomy. If we look at astronomy, mathematics, sciences, cultures, even our DNA is made of spirals. You know, when we look into nature, olive trees, all trees are kind of like growing in a spiral form. We have in our head, when you look at your head is kind of like a spiral as well. Tornadoes, everything is happening in spirals. When we look at weather patterns, for example, it's always a spiral. And I want to bring the spiral in today. It was dedicated by a dear friend and client of mine who said, I thought I healed something. Why is it coming back to me? So this is today's theme. I thought I healed something, then why is it coming back to me? So first of all, the way life works is not linear. Linearity is a concept of the three-dimensional world, and it doesn't exist in truth, because already when we observe everything, nature, as I just said, you observe the galaxies, your body, mathematics, sacred geometry, weather patterns, anything is always a spiral. So experiences are coming back to us. And let's put the example of avoidant and anxious attached. So for those of you following my videos, I made videos about this particular theme about avoidant and anxious attached styles. These are insecure attachment styles. And they're being developed by a certain kind of upbringing. And what we all have in common is that our emotions were they were misused, used against us, ignored, whatever. For anxious attached people, it is the fear of abandonment. For avoidant attached people, it is the fear that they might abandon someone, because both are afraid of getting intimate because they have been emotionally or even physically abandoned in their childhoods. And this is spiraling through our entire life. So today's video, my dear ones, I want to bring more clarity about why we have to face experiences over and over again, even though we thought we healed it. And I had hundreds of clients telling me the same thing. You know, I thought I left it behind. You know, I worked on it, I left it behind. Why is it coming back to me? Those of us who have the courage to face it, of course. There's others who might just ignore it, but for those of us who are open, we will see that we will kind of attract the same patterns over and over again. However, there is a big thing that has changed, and that is not that life is repeating itself, but it is coming back. Every experience is coming back as a spiral to show you where you are now in your growth. Have you overcome the pain, the hurt that came along with the first time you had to face this experience? Or are you still in the same, how can I say, are you still using the same defense mechanisms? You know, some people have defense mechanisms like drinking or smoking or drugging or hurting themselves or whatever. So every experience comes for you to see if you have evolved in the way you treat this experience, in the way you handle this experience, or if you're still at the same spot. And so you might also have experience, for myself in my life, experiences are returning to me, excuse me, but in a lighter form. They don't seem to be as heavy as they used to be. And it's probably because of me, because I have changed the way I look at things, because when we change the way we look at things, then the things we look at change. But what I want to say today is that when we look at this particular thing, it is, you know, everything is coming back to us to teach us where we are now and if there's still healing work that we have to do. if there's still a potential to connect with ourselves more, to love ourselves more, to be more authentically, truly the one that we came here to be. Are we really living from our soul self, or are we still showing the world this mask that we thought we had to put on in order to fit into this world? So all this is being kind of like looked at. It's kind of like life is happening in spirals, and you are echoing, kind of like your voice is echoing every time from higher orbits, so to speak. So you look at something, but you don't see it the same way anymore. You might see it lighter. If you have really worked on something and you have done the inner work of transformation, of just being with something, accepting that this or this happened to you. And as I said in former videos, nothing happens to us. Everything happens for us and through us. So if something happened to you, for you, when you were little, how do you look at it today? Do you look at it in a more positive way, in a way that you can say almost like, thank you that happened. Thank you. I'm really grateful that happened, because that taught me too, whatever it is. So remember that life is for you. It is always with you. It is always for you. It's never against you. The universe loves you. And this is the reason it is bringing you experiences back. It is not a punishment, my dear ones. It is a blessing, as everything in nature. And again, if it helps you, look at trees, look at the spiral of their growth, look at galaxies, look at flower petals, look at, my beautiful freesia here. I can see they're kind of like spiraling as well. Everything is a spiral, and so are our experiences. And the only thing that is teaching us, or the only thing that we can do when this is happening again, is seeing it from a different perspective, not going back in the old patterns, not moving back into the old ways of dealing with something, but looking at it through new lenses. Okay, this is happening again. Thank you for being here. I accept you. And then be like Rumi said, be a guest house for all emotions. Just invite these emotions in. Like, for example, when something or someone is triggering you and you don't know how to deal with it, and at first you want to come back with the same, the same responses that you have given in the past, think for a moment. Just let these emotions in. Thank them that they're here, like you would with a stranger. If a stranger would be in front of your house, open your door, let the stranger in. Thank the stranger for being there. Offer it a glass of water or some wine or whatever you are having right now. And then just have a conversation or sit quietly. Just be with it. Acceptance is oftentimes the key to move on in our life. And as soon as we accept something with love, even though a same experience, it might be hard, but it is coming over and over again back to us, accept it with love. Do not beat yourself up because you think you have not evolved. Every time something happens again in your life, and it might be something like a déjà vu or something that you already know, something that you were like, oh wait, I have dealt with this already. I have seen that already. This was just here last year or something, Don't look at it that way. Look at it with love, accept it, and then handle it from higher orbits, as I said. Handle it in a different way, in a more mature way, in a more loving way, knowing that it is here to teach you where you are. And remember that our entire lives are an eternal spiral of ever becoming. We are becoming more of who we are. We are becoming the ones that we truly are through all the experiences that are happening to us in spirals, not linear. And this is why no thing in life happens only once. It only happens several times, but then we have the invitation to see it from a different perspective. So I hope this was helpful to you. Let me know in the comments below what you take away from today's video. As I said, please subscribe, like, share with the ones that might need to hear this today. Thank you for being here, beloved one. I love you, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.